Ya'at-e! Welcome. I am your host, YanahaKai. And today's reading is Warrior Tribe. So we're gonna look into what it is we need to know about the tribe that you belong to spiritually, physically. Where are your warriors at? Where are my warriors at? Yeah? So, get your doobie. And we're gonna get into a little meditative visualizer where I'm just gonna walk you through something that I was tapping into for myself, and I'm gonna share it with you. So, we're gonna go on this little visual journey. I'm gonna walk you through it. We're gonna do a collective reading. And then you're going to have two options, two pathways to choose from for the reading, which I chose the visuals with the intention of them being trippy or psychedelic. So, let's get started with the visualizer. So for the visualizer, it's going to be really simple. You know what? I'll set it up. Here we go. We'll take it one step at a time. We'll take it one step at a time. Okay. So get cozy or do whatever you're doing. First of all, here we are, chillin'. Just chillin', whatever that means for you. Or staying warm. Staying very warm. There's a meadow, kind of like the meadows in Ireland. The rolling hills of the countryside. And we walk down this little meadow countryside. We feel the breeze. We hear the birds, the sun shining, the clouds are parting. We're walking and we feel the pebbles under our feet, the soil, the grass along the pathway, this dirt pathway. And how wide is the pathway? That's your choice, huh? You choose how wide that pathway is, how perfect it is, or how uneven it is. How many sticks are lying on the ground. Nobody's on this pathway. We're alone. Except we have the animals and the spirits from the great beyond. And as we walk, we see these little flickering lights come about here and there. And it's, what is that? Are those fireflies? Nah, those are some fairies. We're gonna go with that, fairies. But we ain't gonna go with the kind of fairies that you wanna be cautious of. We're gonna go with the fairies that are sparkly. And so these fairies, they light your way as you walk down this pathway, as we walk down this pathway. And they flicker in whatever sort of colors come to mind for you. And as we come further and further down the pathway, we see a river, right? A little river, a stream, rivery stream, streamy river. However, and we're here at the river, the stream, and we look into the stream, we crouch down, and we look into the stream, and we see our reflection And the sunlight is beating on the water and almost hitting us in the eye. And with the glare of the sun, because I'm a light-eyed person, I would see that. For me, personally, I would want to put my hand out to block the sun from my eyes. But in this case, because we're doing a little meditative visualizer, we're taking in the sunshine. So if you're a light-eyed person like me, we're not going to do that this time, because the sun is going to be very, very gentle on our eyes. Very gentle, very welcoming. And then as we look from our reflection over to the sunlight, reflecting on the water, and we focus in on that more and more and more, we see the light from the sun growing more and more and more, almost until the reflection of it seems to be coming out of the water and bending upwards to the sun in the sky. It comes out of the water, the sun comes out of the water, and it's right before us, not in the size of the sun in actuality, but in a size that is similar to what you see in the reflection. And and then, yes, the light shoots up from the sun up to the actual sun, and it creates a rainbow archway. And as we're watching this happen, we see this stream of water come down from the rainbow, like a waterfall almost, but a very, very thin veil of water. And then we see these little logs pop up on the stream, out of nowhere, seemingly. Or lily pads, whatever suits you. And we step forward onto these little these little planks of wood, lily pads, or rocks, however you choose to step over the water with what is in our physical reality that we know of for human capabilities that is general. So we're not going to levitate here, okay? That's what I'm saying. Unless you can actually levitate, like you actually have that down and you could do that right now, like you could send me a video showing like, yo, I can levitate, no tricks. I ain't a magician. Anyway, getting back to the main point here. Anyway, stepping on the plateaus, we'll say. And we hear this voice, and it speaks in this language that is not human, but it's not alien. It is spirit. We hear spirit coming into our... Not coming into... coming in... We don't need spirit to come in. Spirit is already in us, so... I guess we hear the reverberation from within us echoing outside of us as well, in this sort of wavy-like fashion. And what we hear is what translates to what we feel encompassed to do in this moment, which is to step through the veil of water. And so we do that. We step through the veil of water and we're in a open, new dimension that we, as physical humans, have never seen. However, we as spirits have seen it. And so we step forward into this dimension as a physical human being still, and it is almost void of everything except light. There's just light everywhere. And this light generally is just white, but there is other lights that are reverberating throughout the sky and throughout this dimension and this atmosphere that are colorful, and we see colors that we've never really seen before as human beings. And then that light that we saw earlier that was reflecting on the water appears before us as we step further into this dimension. And that light, we put our hands forward we put our hands up to receive the light, and then we bring it down and we place it directly onto our heart, on the chest, right there. Goes in, and then we open our arms up to just, because that's what I'm doing right now, might as well. Open our arms up, open your hands, open a hand, stretch them out, wiggle them out, getting in, as if you dancing to a song. That is like the anthem for all indigenous people on this earth. Because, you know, when we reconnect with what it means to be indigenous, it's like, oh, yo, we all actually indigenous to this earth. We all got tribes that have been consumed by nationalities that we come from. Every last one of us. And so anyway, we feel that rhythm, that song, that jam, and we grooving, and we having a good time. And then boom, here we are, back into the reading. Alright, so let's get started. Yeah, that was basically it. Simply just taking the light, putting it in the chest. But I figured I might as well give a little fun visual build-up, because that's something I wanted to experiment with doing these readings, is doing like a sort of visual, what's it called? Prediction almost. So not like a meditation, but like a visual, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put my finger on it, and I'll come up with some words to put on what I just did there. Later, that makes more sense. Okay, anyway, so let's get into the collective reading. The collective reading for those that are in tune with their tribe, that are working with the tribe, either on a physical or a spiritual level, or both. Okay. So, today I'm not using only tarot. I am using these indigenous Turtle Island symbols from North Turtle Island, because the northern half of Turtle Island is where we generally use a lot of these sorts of what people consider to be like Indian, stereotypically, right? So that's the symbols I'm going with here. And then in the south of Turtle Island, those symbols are similar yet different. Much more detailed, I would say. More refined. So, we'll start with the indigenous cards here. What do we need to know about the warrior tribe that we all belong to? As we go on this journey, this personal journey of what it means to be a warrior. I just felt that while there are multiple genocides going on right now, I wanted to get back to doing readings, but I wanted to keep it on topic. So that whoever finds these readings, especially those that are in support of ending the Palestinian genocide, would be able to still be productive, even in a sort of casual, reflective manner. Okay, so here we go. What do we need to know about the warrior tribe? Our warrior tribe, collectively. The warrior tribe. I'm just really refreshing the energies so we can start off new. As if we all walk through the gates of heaven tomorrow when we step out our bedroom door, or whatever door frame that we have at this point. Because out in Palestine, people don't have homes anymore, practically. So, it is something else. It is something else. It is something else. But the world ain't gonna sit by and watch it happen without stepping in. So, it's a horrifically beautiful thing because it's getting people to not only unite over that genocide, but over the other genocides, the Congo and the Sudan. We're waking up. We're healing this earth. And that means that the genocides of Europe and Turtle Island are next. Although our genocides are more discreet. Like Cop City. They're bringing out armored police dogs to attack the protesters. And, yeah, that's a whole new level of, lining up with what the IDF is doing. Okay. So first of all, we got friendship. That's a lovely, lovely sign here for the Earth Tribe. We got friendship, happiness, and temporary home. And the temporary home is symbolized by a teepee. Okay. So it's like saying that the friendships we have right now bring us a lot of happiness while we go through this transition in this planet. While we go through this temporary home, experience this, where we are right now in this sort of journey as warriors. And then we got desert. With the mountain range. So, in this case, with this card, the desert is symbolized by a cactus. So for me, that's talking about like the environment being barren in some sort of way. But there being resilience simultaneously. Yeah. So there is an abundance of resilience in terms of going through this sort of desert period right now. And at the same time, we are harvesting the plentiful crops that is represented by the seed and, I think, rain. Protection. Yeah, so we're doing everything we can to protect right now as a tribe what is precious, what we've worked so much for. We've worked for these friendships, for this happiness. And we're definitely experiencing a sort of drought right now as a tribe, as a collective. There's a lot of fragmentation here and there. So, this is saying that we do have the intention to come together, though, as a collective here, a tribe. So this is nice. This is nice. This is a good energy. Lovely energy at the very center here with friendship and happiness. So it's like saying that this is the most consistent energy that we're experiencing right now when it comes to our warrior tribe. is that in this moment we're happy with those that we can trust. Everlasting life, symbolized by the butterfly. So, everlasting life, in this way, with where it comes up in this reading, being under the desert, it's like saying that this spiritual realm is the realm of everlasting life, which is true. Yet at the same time, it's saying that our tribe is everlasting in that way. That we're always going to come back together with our tribe. Ooh, human life just flung out. Cool. So human life, it came up under the plentiful crops and protection. Human life and everlasting life. It's very reflective here. So it's like saying that in this human incarnation, we're right now with our tribe protecting our crops, what we've worked so much on. And at the same time, in the spiritual realm, what we're doing simultaneously is experiencing a drought, but yet a strong resilience that's grounding us very strong, since it's paired with the mountain range, which is a symbol of abundance. I mean, it didn't necessarily say that from the resource I looked at it from, but, yeah. I give it that interpretation. So some of these didn't have an interpretation, but I had to give them an interpretation based on collective interpretations that I could think of off the top of my head. Alright, so we'll get into the tarot here now. What does the collective need to know? Oh boy. This is getting longer than I thought. So we got the devil in the upright. Akuma. Well, I mean, this is a warrior reading after all, with our current energies, so it makes sense. We got the devil with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Wow. So, this is kind of saying that the women are enduring a lot of grief right now from the tribe. The female energies. Dealing with a lot of difficulties. But at the same time, it's saying that there are wicked crones in this dimension right now. They're trying to tear the tribes apart. And trying to take people off the path from being able to even make a proper choice, because they can already see that we are making the right choice right now as a collective, the warriors that we are. And we're making progress, definitely, because we got the chariot at the top here. That's cool. So these friendships that we have are propelling us forward. And we got the star in the upright on the left side with the plentiful crops and protection. So we are shining. We are shining in this physical realm, like stars in the sky, connecting from afar to create constellations. And that is a very real thing, even though we may not see it. Maybe if we hold up a mirror, then we can see it better somehow. A mirror that's big enough to see our star bodies in the sky. And we got the Three of Cups in reverse under that. Three of Cups in reverse. It's like saying, even though we may not be together right now, things may not be going as planned, we're still shining. We're still shining on. We're still healing. Even at a distance. And with the Empress in reverse coming up over the desert. Yeah, it's definitely like saying that this lack of care that we're having to deal with within our tribe, outside of our tribe, that is coming from not only, like I said, a wicked crone, because there's a double confirmation there with the Queen of Cups in reverse, and then the Empress in reverse, because those came out pretty much when I was talking about that wicked crone energy. But yeah, there's also obviously the sort of this false King of the Earth energy that we're having to deal with that has infected people. It has caused people to be so inhumane, so far from who we truly are. Yet we're finding a way through right now to overcome that, to make the right choice anyway, right? So for example, you've come to my channel, Native Veganarchy. Maybe you found this video when you were trying to find a vegan video, or you're trying to find an anarchist video, or you're trying to find a native video. Either way, you've come here with the intention of reconnecting with what it means to be a human being, because these are all different aspects of what it means to be a human being in the truest sense. To be vegan is to promote the least suffering as possible. To be native is to remember that you come from a planet full of indigenous bloodlines that have all been subdued over time, generation by generation, from generation to generation. I mean, I can't even put it into words. It's that nuts that we're all indigenous. That's the best way I could put it. And anarchy, right? That is us basically not allowing ourselves to be enslaved, to be governed by people that are here to put us in a cult state of mind. And working in the open while doing things in their occulted rooms. Anyway, I digress. So, the collective is dealing with some difficult energies, yet we're carrying on through it. We're carrying on. Because we see through this nonsense. We're working through it. We're keeping a good, carefree, light-hearted attitude. Because that's the underlying energy on the native cards. So, I had to bring that up. And we have this everlasting life with this everlasting flame that is burning. And that cannot stop the truth from being unveiled, that cannot stop the messages that we, as a collective, as Netanis, as warriors, need to be putting out in this world. Because right now, the war that is being fought is physically, yes, with weapons, but more than anything, those people that are putting their hands on those weapons are being controlled and manipulated by the messages that they're being told. They're being told, do this because X, Y, and Z. And they think, oh, I don't want X, Y, and Z to happen, so I should listen. Or I should just do whatever I'm told. In the instance of the military people, specifically more so than anything, the IDF. In regards to the Palestinian genocide. I don't know that much about the Sudanese one just yet. I'll have to learn more, but yeah. So, anyway, we got the sun on the very bottom of the deck, and the sun came up in the very middle for happiness with the indigenous cards here. So, yes, we are shining through, and this is a good affirmation of the visual that I walked us through. So, yeah, we're shining through. Like, so we got the star and the sun. We have two suns and the star. So this is like a triple confirmation, and that's beautiful that we got that because of us getting this Empress in reverse. The Empress is the third card apart from 0. But it's number 3. And we got 3 stars here. And 2 of them are close to us as suns. 1 is farther in the distance. Yeah, so this is just super affirming what I was saying about us being constellations and all that, so I dig it. I dig it. Okay. Let's get into we're gonna get into, oh cool, 3113 on the recording for ending this. We're gonna go to the options. And I think I'm just gonna sprint through these because I did not intend to spend so much time on the introductory reading, but, you know, trying things out different brings us here. So anyway, your options are for 1 and 2. You have for number 1, the image of a woman holding a pyramid in front of her face. And this pyramid is clear, like a clear crystal or a clear glass, some sort of glass-like substance. There is a disco ball in the room that she's in, and it's got a beige, sandy sort of tone to the visual. And we see her playing with the pyramid and looking through it. And then the second option is a image of a woman being multiplied like 5 times with a pink sort of background and tone to it. And she's just kind of grooving and jiving while the sort of refracted vision of her moves about a little bit. Something like that. And yeah, so that's the options. Go ahead, choose, do what you gotta do. Excuse you. Oh, should I cut that out? Maybe I'll keep it in. I'm sorry. I know somebody else, you know, burped in their readings and I thought it was gross, but I don't know. Maybe I should censor it with like a duck sound. Anyway, so let's get into number 1. Number 1. Here we go. 33:33 on the time. Number 1. What do we got? What do you need to know about your warrior tribe? get the freshest energies that we can manifest. Justice! That's awesome! Seigi. Seigi. This is the Japanese tarot deck. It'll be available on my little art shop eventually. Just gotta make more. Seigi. Yeah. It just feels so right to say that right now. And then you got Bo-no-san, which is the Three of Wands in the upright. Okay. So you, with your tribe, are carefully planning how to move along, how to move ahead. So you're collaborating. You're taking your time. You're very ambitious right now with them. And, however, there is some instability here when it comes to your tribe. And that may be that some people in your tribe are not aligning with you right now. You're not aligning with them. Whatever it is. However, you do have a progression sort of energy. It goes from 3 to 4. So it's like saying, even though we're having difficulties here with this, like, feeling like you got people that you can trust or something like that, that it'll work out eventually. Because there's this stuck energy coming up with the Hangman. It's about seeing things from a different angle. And we got the Empress in reverse with that. So, yeah, that's definitely like saying that taking the time on this journey with your tribe to see these sorts of disadvantages that are coming through, that you're dealing with, taking stock of your disadvantages, other people's, I guess, things that they've pointed out with you or things you've pointed out with them, whatever. Take stock of those things and see what needs improving on how you can better be a member of the tribe. Yeah. Well, and then you got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So that's good. But what's she saying? What's the Queen of Pentacles saying? Well, she's saying, you got it. You got somebody in your sphere that is like this. And you can be resonating with this energy of being a sort of stable feminine that people can rely on. Oh. Okay. And we got the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups in reverse with the Queen in the upright. So it's like saying that people in your tribe may not be like speaking all that clearly or all that confidently or saying like the right things that they should be saying to this queen, and that and that because of that there is this like unnecessary sort of baggage like energy that's coming through that she's got to deal with. Like, why does she got to deal with this baggage? It's not hers. Let it all go. And so the queen, what's she saying with that? What's she saying? Well, she's saying, we done with it. We done with it. That's what she's saying. Whatever this energy is, where people are coming up, acting like they're a part of the tribe, well, you ain't. Step out, step off, and go. Be on your own. I don't want to deal with it. That's what the queen's saying. Okay? Oh, wow. This is golden. So we got 2 10s coming up. We got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Wow. 1 on the left side, Pentacles. cups on the right side. Under the queen that's in reverse. Ooh, looking pretty mean. So, we got the 3 of cups in reverse. Not collaborating, we're clashing. Yeah. So yeah, there is some strife going on here with the tribe. And it's just from these like overcomplications that don't need to be had. And on the outside of that, it's like, well, we do have a lot that we can all benefit from when it comes to actually working together, right? Working together collectively. And then at the same time, there's a lot of these visions and dreams that can be accomplished and that we are accomplishing right now. So we're filling up our cups right now, per se. Like we're progressing past the 3rd cup and the 5th cup. And we're filling up the 10th cup here. And then we got the Fool here that's crossing the 3 of Cups in reverse. So, as long as we trust ourselves, we are going to continue to unify with those that we can trust. And it's okay to trust people that, you know, we don't necessarily align with. It's just, there comes a point when, you know, how do I put it? There comes a point when we gotta take a step back from somebody that it turns out we can't actually trust. Yeah. But hey, a new beginning is coming for the collective, or rather, the collective that has chosen this reading. We already did the collective reading. And we're going to be very happy about it. It's going to be very exciting. Yet, at the same time, we're going to be cautious. And we're going to communicate with our tribe in a very, very confident, bold manner that is very eloquent. And we, here for number 1, are going to be feeling very supported. And we're going to be supporting those that we truly care for. Okay. So let's look at the indigenous cards. Symbols. Keep it simple. There we go. Okay. Whoa. We got the desert with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And this desert is different from the cactus desert because it has the Gila monster. It's funny, I dropped the deck and it opened up to the other desert. That's funny. Okay. Cool. So desert, and then we got constancy, which is symbolized by sunshine on the horizon. The sun rays. So this is like saying that the absence of a true queen is definitely felt for you and your tribe, for us and the tribe. And however, such a sacred being as this Queen of Pentacles in the upright, she is there, she is among us. It's just that with this this wicked sort of Empress energy coming through, it's blocking that, us from seeing that. However, it's still going to be a consistent thing in our reality here with the Ten of Cups. Constancy. Yeah. As in, it's gonna come back around sooner or later if we don't really connect with this queen now. She'll be coming in, and she'll be bringing that beautiful, loving energy that we all desire to feel from having a divine feminine in our presence. And we got permanent home on the bottom of the deck. And when we got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the tarot deck, that together is like saying that the support that we have right now is a reflection of the support that we're always going to have from our tribe, our warrior tribe. So no matter how many incarnations we have to go through, no matter how many, whatever we got to go through, we're always going to realign with them, with those who truly care about us. And yeah, we're being reminded of that right now. Boom, bam. Yeah. Okay. So that concludes the reading for those who have chosen the number 1, the pyramid with the disco ball lights in the background. The little glass pyramid looking through the prism. Okay. $45 for number 2. Alright, so let's look at the fractal woman dancing and grooving and smiling. What it is that you need to know. Where it is you'd like to go. Okay. Let's get messy. How about that? Let the cards fly. Why not? We'll do a little surprise reading and we'll just splash them on the desk here. Okay. Groovy. There. Groovy. Gonna watch a movie. I'd like to watch the Tale of Three Jewels. It's a Palestinian movie from, I think, 1995 or 96, something like that. One day. But at this point, I feel like I'd rather just go to Palestine. No matter what. I know a lot of people are feeling that way. So, let's look at what we got. We got the Four of Wands in the upright. At the very center. Very first card I pulled up. This is good. I like it. I like this. Because this is about the tribe. Right? Tribe update. Or the warrior tribe. So, for you, for us, for the warrior tribe, you're having fun here. You're letting loose. You are enjoying what it means to feel passionate, to feel in love with those around you, to feel loving feelings, to smile. Yes, and right next to that, you got the Chariot in the upright. Okay, moving forward, moving on. So it's like saying that you have come this far on your journey to meet and to align with those that you resonate with. And you bring a smile to each other's faces. You make each other happy. And what's under that is the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So it's showing that with each decision you make that affects that Nine of Pentacles, that you are in a position where you're flowing with the decisions that you make. You are on your A game. You are on your B game. You are on your potato game. You are on your 420 game, okay? That's where you are at. Okay? You ain't got no credit score anymore because we kicking them feds out the door. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So we ain't gonna be sticking with the credit score of 420 because there's not gonna be that anymore. Okay? Because once we all reclaim the fact that we're the right to not be enslaved in every which way, that includes not having to worry about them credit scores. Because it's based on a whole nother dimension of economics and reality that we don't need to be a part of. We need a holistic system of networking with our resources. Okay. Anyway. So, you are making confident, bold decisions on putting your eggs in the proper basket. Okay? And you got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is coming out saying, ooh, we confident with our speech. We confident. Although, sometimes we be on the defense. Because we got that in a neutral energy here on the opposite side. Although, we've come up from a position of basically having to defend ourselves. You know? So, we have had to deal with some trauma here. Because that, to me, is also a card of trauma. Because it's like the battle's over sometimes with this card. Or sometimes it's like, oh, you gotta keep fighting. Either way. So, it's like saying you and your tribe have definitely gone through a lot of hardships. You've definitely had to deal with things. You've had to fight each other, even. But you're all good. You're all good, okay? So this is good. We got captivity on the top. So, in this instance, since there are so many other positive cards, this captivity card, it's a symbol of a rope. That's the symbol. And it means captivity. I would say in this instance, it is about being, like, sort of bound by sort of, like an energy cord, right? Being tight, right? Like, oh, we're tight, you know, that sort of slang term. We're tight, which means, like, we're close. So, in this instance, it's like saying, yeah, you're close with your tribal members. You're close with them. And constant life is symbolized by rain. Yeah, and then you got lightning snake. So that means that, like, rapid, quick movement that can be unpredictable almost. So it's like saying that having these bonds that you have right now is something that you didn't really expect, but is something that you're going to be having throughout your life. And then you got alertness, which is symbolized by a arrowhead. And that is crossing the mountain range, which is a sort of abundance of whatever energy. Oh, and then coyote tracks. So there's some open-ended energy coming up on the right side here by the the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah, so this alertness is affirmative of what I said about going through hardships or having trauma to deal with or feeling like you got to keep fighting. So, you know, it's like saying you're definitely still on the high alert even though you have all this nice energy about people in your tribe, you're still on the high alert of basically keeping those that you can trust in your tribe, you know? And working with that. And however, you're leaving this open-ended energy for new people that do belong to your tribe that you just haven't met yet to come in. And with the coyote tracks, that's definitely saying, like, you're still going to be hesitant, you're still going to take your time to ensure, to sniff around, to sniff, you know, their butthole like a dog, and to see where they've been at, you know? Or sniff the urine spots on the tree out there and see, you know, what kind of people are in my neighborhood before you actually socialize with them, kind of deal, you know? You can take your time. And then you got permanent home on the underlying energy, Mary, which is symbolized by a hogan. And that is beautiful. That is lovely. Because that is definitely like saying that there is a permanent home with the people that you think of right now who are in your tribe. Whoever it is that is like the most consistent, the most, you know, the most reliable person that you can think of right now in your life. These people are your permanent home. And that's beautiful. And the underlying energy on the tarot deck is the 10 of Wands in the upright. So there's a lot to get through. As a warrior with your tribe, there's still a lot to do. But you can do it. So this is it's like saying that it's not necessarily overdue, but it is coming. You are going to be able to unload all these wands and say, look at all these sticks that I got on the ground, all these wands. I have gone through the entire cycle, and, you know, you're my tribe. Let's look at these sticks together. And let's see what we can build, what we can do. Should we build a fire? Should we make a new, what is it called? The thing that we use to weave with. A weave device? I don't know. I'm not doing very good as a Danae right now with that, because I don't know what it's called. I got the book somewhere around here. It's this book it's called, like weaving Navajo rugs or something like that. It's cute. Anyway, what are we going to do with these sticks? We're going to build a fence? Are we going to use it in the garden? So it's like saying we got these possibilities that we have yet to explore with the tribe. Okay, so this concludes the reading for those who have chose option 2 and or option 1 and that have gone through, okay. Getting clumsy. That have gone through the collective reading. Ahehe, gigawabamin minua.